Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Phoenix as we get ready for race weekend number 5. 16 laps racing in each heat race, a 47-lap main, which is going to be the Budweiser 500. So Budweiser sponsoring the races here this weekend. We're racing on an older Phoenix than we usually do because, honestly, the newer one has better outside lane grip. So your front row, we got Ryan Shea and Brenda Rogers. Row 2, Michael Rogers, Zachary Rogers. Row 3, Colby Alves, Allison Rogers. Row 4, Nicholas Zamudio, Peggy Bowling. And in row 5, Benjamin Dion and Dylan Young. Drivers to take care of. Drivers that have made all 4 races. We got Peter Sands up here. I believe Sean Harple has made all 4. Andrew Rich. And then the only one that is close to not making her first race is Tori Travis, starting 29th. So as they come off of turn 4, this is our first exact 1 miler. Boston was 1.09. So the drivers will utilize skill for short track and speedway racing here at Phoenix as the green flag is out in heat race number 1. As we see how well the inside and outside lines are pretty much even. Remember, caution flags are off. You can see the outside line does get a bit of a run coming out of turn 2. And then right here, they are somewhat even. But it is possible to pass at this Phoenix. So Ryan Shea will lead the first lap. Not that it matters. Zachary Rogers second. Brenda Rogers third. Michael Rogers in fourth. As watch here, you can see Colby Alves is faster, but he's running the higher line. So he does get past. As we look in the back at the field here, see how these other guys are doing. Passing could come to big play for who makes this race. Austin Alves not doing good at all this season. He's only made 1 race. And he's not looking so good right now here today. Right now, 21st lap time by was Jim Warner the third, but now Nathan Rogers is moving up into that position. The battle will continue. As let's look up in front of the field here. Alan Cavanero looking to make his second race on the season. Has not done so well this season at all, much like last season, but a longer season could mean a later shot at getting the consistency going, getting those good finishes. As we see our top 5 is Zachary Rogers putting the pressure on Ryan Shea. Rogers running the Realtree scheme for the first time this season. They're not going to be running it that much. Same goes for Brenda Rogers. Juicy Fruit will not be running a lot either. Michael Rogers with the fast lap. As we look back in the back of the field, Tony Green trying to move up to 21st, battling with Nico Tringali. Gets a huge run off of turn 4. You see right there, the inside line is able to keep it even more. Coming out of turn 2, turn 4, they go to exit and they have to let off just a little bit mid-turn. As Nico Tringali keeping it fairly even with the 83. This could come to a side-by-side battle. But Tony Green's going to complete the pass now. Nico Tringali with a crossover move. Is experienced at tracks like this. So that could be a big battle. Andrew Rich trying to keep making those races up to 4th in points. Doing a good job as a rookie. In fact, points leader Sean Harple has been doing a very good job on speedways. Good qualifying runs help you out there. Zachary Rogers is continually on the bumper. Ryan Shea just doesn't have enough momentum to make the pass. And I think his best shot at trying to make that pass would be entering turn 1. But you just got to be so close that you know you can make that pass. Phoenix Racing doing a good job here today. Last week they wrecked each other. But Michael Rogers doing a good job with daughter Allison. See Peggy Bowling, Colby Alves, Nicholas Zamudio, Dylan Young, Benjamin Dion in 10th. So the battle now for 21st goes between... Actually, no, it is still between Tony Green still holding 21st, but Logan York starting to fall back here. And I'd like to state an interesting fact. Out of all the drivers that have made every event so far this season, we actually have a driver who is borderline in the top 40 in points, that he has made every race. And he's not in this heat, but he's in the next one. That driver is Nick Pericles. He has just been downright terrible this season. Whether he gets in a crash or he has a poor qualifying run for the main, he has just not been able to get together a good points run. And yet he makes every race. Austin Alves has just had bad qualifying luck in that car. In fact, he has run this car most of the season, and he has not made the race. Excuse me, got crap in my throat. But he's trying to fight for 24th on Torrey Travis, and he will complete the pass, as he will try to hunt down 21st, but Tony Green seems to have that spot settled up right now. And these guys are mostly single-file train racing, but Zachary Rogers made it by Ryan Shea at some point, it seems. So you can pass for the lead. You got to have the strong race car, though. So Zachary Rogers in the lead now. And here's another thing. This is the last weekend that all these guys will be racing together in this heat. Because after this weekend, we are going to change up the heats based on the point standings a bit. So some of these guys will be moving between heats as we'll head to Pensacola, which is the first tribute race of the season for red, white, and blue. Pensacola going to be the Sundrop 500. And these guys will be running their red, white, and blue schemes. Or their patriotic schemes, I should say. 2 to go here in Heat 1. And I'm glad to say we have enough time for me to do this in one clip. As now Allison Rogers passing Michael Rogers for 4th. As Colby Alves was trying to look to pass Peggy Bowling. So you will start getting so close to the car in front of you's back bump that you will make that pass. As we hit the white flag, Nathan Rogers trying to pass Tony Vieira for 18th, but it's not working. So Tony Green's just got to hang on. Nico Tringali is just killing himself over this. He's won over 2 times at short tracks and at speedways, and it looks like he will not make the race. Zachary Rogers will win the heat race, and Tony Green is going to come home 21st. So drivers not making the main. Nico Tringali, Micah Kidney, Austin Alves, Torrey Travis. That's her first race she's going to miss all season, so she'll definitely drop in the points from this. Philip Goldberg, Jim Moore in the 3rd, Michael Beeson, Edwin Mendez, and Greg Lyons. And they're wrecking up ahead. Oh, boy. But Zachary Rogers wins, and we'll see you for the second heat race. Drivers start their cars for heat number 2. As we'll see who will make the race from this heat. One driver I'd like to say from this heat that has not made any races and is in very good shape based on her qualifying position to make the race is Karen Vieira. So let's go through the lineup. On the front row, we got Michael Santos and Zachary Fitzwater. Row 2, Michael Naylor, Mike Mellon. Row 3, Adam Rogers, Peyton Goodwin. Row 4, Scott Carini and Caleb Hoffman. Row 5, Sam Rogers and Chris Carando. And row 6, we have John Linares, and you see Karen Vieira right there. Only driver that hasn't made a race. Starting 11th in very good shape. Drivers that are not looking so good based on the qualifying runs include Deanna Jones starting 22nd, and Nick Pericles starting 25th, along with Ace Rogers behind him in 27th. So Nick Pericles could miss his first race of the season. As they come off of turn 4, we had a relatively nice and clean race. We saw Zachary Rogers, who had started 3rd, end up passing Ryan Schaefer the lead late in the going. Green flag is out here in heat number 2. Santos will easily clear for the lead. Fitzwater will stay in second. As you see Mellon trying to drive it in, trying to keep third. As the first lap is done, Santos in the lead. I just turned my fan up if anybody hears that. And now look at that. Look at Karen that was all the way to the outside, all the way back inside. Karen Vieira in good shape right now. She's just got to stay really in the top 15. James Morton managed to... I don't know what's in my throat right now. Managed to make his way to the bottom. He's in 20th. So 21st right now is Chloe Baker, and they are 3 wide. That is Nick Pericles on the bottom of Deanna Jones and Brandon Mellon. And I don't know if this will end well. Pericles is going to back out, it seems. Oh, never mind. Trying to make a 5th straight race is Pericles. He wants to keep going. He knows he's terrible in points. So Chloe Baker in 21st trying to pass May Ryder, who's made pretty much every race too. As we watch back there, ooh, this is getting nuts up here. John Linares continuing to run that Best Western scheme for these Western tracks. See Keith Rich up here doing a good job. Finished 10th last week at Boston. As the top 8 has kind of pulled away. And Mike Mellon, Zachary Fitzwater, Michael Santos are all bunched together right now. 5 laps down. Not 5 laps down, but 5 laps down in the race. As Deanna Jones looks to pass May Ryder for 21st, that last spot. Pericles trying to close the gap here. Ooh, he's going to move up the track, trying to get a better line to get a run. As there's 10 laps left in this heat, 6 down. So Deanna Jones currently with the edge in 21st, but Pericles is there. And Chloe Baker is on the outside line almost there, so she has to watch out too. Jones almost goes right in front of the 36. And now the 7 is side by side with the 0-2. But not for long. 0-2 got a good run. So we look up front, you see Naylor and Adam Rogers, Peyton Goodwin, Scott Greeny, Caleb Hoffman, Carando doing a good job of late. Did a good job at Boston avoiding a lot of the chaos we had. Karen Vieira in 10th, looking for her first race start of the season. Sam Rogers, who had a good shot at winning a race last week, doing a pretty good job starting off this season. Now that it's a single car team, he has less to focus for ownership issues. That car team went down from 3 cars to now just 1. So focusing on himself seems to be doing better, though he did win 2. Oh, wow, that was loud. I don't know why that happened. He did win 2 races last season. That kind of hurt my ears about there. Let's look in the back here. 21st place is Deanna Jones. James Morton trying to hold on to make this race, but he knows Deanna Jones is coming in. Nick Pericles is hungry. Ooh, Deanna Jones gets a little out of whack there. Could allow Pericles to close up the gap there a bit as they come to 5 to go. Robert Rogers running the Ream scheme for the first time this season. So if you look at the top 10, you honestly do have drivers. I mean, Caleb Hoffman is probably the biggest surprise. He's been running very decent this season in that 61 Ford. And Mike Mellon has been a good surprise, too, in that 22 Toyota, as well as Zachary Fitzwater. But Michael Santos has been doing good most of the season. So it'll be 3 to go at the line. Let's take another look at the back. Pericles all over the bumper of Deanna Jones with 3 to go. The question is, can he make the pass? And if he goes for the pass, can he make it stick? They're mostly single file now. And pit stops will become a huge factor in the race for sure. Driver's strategy on 2 tires or 4 could definitely play a big role in the race. And I don't know if they will wreck it all during the race either, is another thing. This white flag is out for Michael Santos. Let's take a look back towards 21st. Pericles a little faster that last lap, but can he hold it? Fastest lap of the race did go to Mike Mellon and Keith Rich. As it looks like Pericles will not be able to make an edge on Deanna Jones. Michael Santos wins the heat race. And Deanna Jones takes that 21st spot, so Pericles misses his first race of the season here at Phoenix, along with May Ryder, Philip Tringali, Brandon Mellon, Ace Rogers, Kate Rogers, Michael Cavanero, Kerry Davis, and Carol Morton. And last race we had people slow way up and wreck. That does not appear to be happening this time. I don't know why it happened last time. They all stacked up, but this time they're all set. So anyway, Santos is your winner. We'll see you guys for the main.